My name is Sarah Gersten, and I'm the Executive Director of the Last Prisoner Project. LPP is a nonprofit organization dedicated to cannabis criminal justice reform. What that means is that we fight every day to ensure that every last cannabis prisoner is fully free from incarceration, free from the collateral consequences of having a cannabis offense on their record, and able to fully rebuild their lives and enter society post-incarceration. We feel that it is a moral imperative for anyone profiting off of the now legal cannabis industry to do their part and give back to restorative justice efforts that work to undo the harms of prohibition and the war on drugs. That's why we are so incredibly grateful for partners like the Texas Hemp Awards. The Texas Hemp Awards have been a huge supporter of Last Prisoner Project from their inception, and we could not be more grateful to the awards and to the team for supporting LPP and our mission to get cannabis prisoners free. Thank you so much for your support and enjoy the show.
Believe that we do the best testing, staff is very well qualified and they can take care of everybody's needs and we can take care of the business and provide suitable solutions to what you are looking for.
Awards. I am in Dallas. I am a cannabis educator. I'm a licensed esthetician. I teach cosmetic chemistry. I'm an herbalist and an activist. Did I say activist? So a couple of minutes is not a lot of time to talk about methods of administering cannabis, but I'm going to squeeze it all in because I think a lot of you probably know this. It's just nice to sort of hear it concise. So, inhalation, so inhaling cannabis. And when I say cannabis, I mean marijuana or hemp. So your hemp flower, your CBD, your CBG flowers, or your marijuana products. So inhalation is definitely the fastest delivery. That would include smoking and vaping. Your lungs can really only absorb so many cannabinoids at one time. Just like when you take a deep breath of air, you can only absorb so much oxygen. That's why we got to do it again pretty quickly, right? I mean, unlike whales, so they can absorb more oxygen. So your lungs can really only absorb so many cannabinoids at one time. So taking a bigger inhalation and holding it longer is not necessarily getting you a larger dose of your cannabinoids. So kind of keep that in mind so maybe you're not wasting product. Second fastest delivery, second fastest method of administering cannabis is sublingual. So sublingual, I mean holding it in your mouth or under your tongue or rubbing it into your gums. Things like tinctures, obviously, lozenges, hard candies. This is the second fastest method of delivery. And then, of course, edibles. So edibles are a slower delivery depending on how well you digest, how your digestive system works. You will digest it more efficiently and absorb more of your cannabinoids if your edibles contain some fat, or if you ate your gummy that doesn't contain fat, really, with some fat. So if you ate it with an avocado or something with fat in it. And that's because fat has to filter through your liver. So when it's filtered through your liver, you're getting better absorption. So edibles include, of course, gummies. Other edibles that we sometimes don't think about are beverages. Beverages can be both sublingual and an edible. So if I hold my beverage in my mouth, so let's say I add a tincture to my lemonade or something, if I hold my beverage, my cannabis-infused beverage in my mouth, it's sublingual, but when I swallow it, it's now an edible, so it's a different process. So your cannabinoids are lipophilic. They love fat. So keep that in mind when you're consuming anything. When you're consuming your sublinguals, your tinctures, your edibles, that fat really helps with the absorption process and sort of taking it through that what we call first pass metabolism. Topicals. So topicals do not get into your bloodstream. They're not systemic. Your skin, as I sit here in my skincare spa, I promise you, your skin is a barrier. It's designed to keep things out, not to let things in. There's very low permeability on your skin. When you go clean your bathroom with toxic bleach, the bleach doesn't get into your bloodstream, fortunately, right? So the same with your topicals. They don't get into your bloodstream unless those topicals are transdermal. So most topicals are for pain or inflammation. They can even be used to treat inflammation in skin conditions as well. But when you have a product that's a transdermal topical, it's not really used for localized skin conditions or pain. It's used to get into your system, to be a systemic treatment. So all transdermal products will be labeled as transdermal. Most of the time these are like patches, sometimes they're lotions or balms, but they're labeled as transdermal. And those are designed to get into your system and to bypass that first pass metabolism. So they're actually more bioavailable than an edible. So because they're more bioavailable, they're typically used in like medical marijuana situations. And then we have suppositories and nasal mist, which is a little harder to category, but certainly I would consider this both a topical and a transdermal because the places that you're applying it have greater absorption into like mucosal membranes. So that kind of divided it all up into some categories. We probably could come up with some subcategories, but it's really good to keep in mind how long is it going to take before this cannabis product affects me, and then how long is it going to last in my system, because sometimes, especially when you're dealing with pain or anxiety or sleep, something that is ongoing, you want something that works really fast, but you also want it to last really long. So in those circumstances, you might be smoking and using a tincture and an edible and kind of staggering it out so that it gets you through the time period that you need it to get you through. So that was a lot in a very short amount of time. Thank you.
Howdy, Texas Hemp Awards. I'm Doug Fine, and as your neighbor in New Mexico, welcome back, hemp cannabis to Texas. Boy, that's a great development, and congratulations to everyone at the Texas Hemp Awards. You're all heroes to me. Thank you also to Karen and everyone else for running the awards. And today I'm going to talk to you as a regenerative hemp cannabis farmer about why I think regenerative modes, building soil under God's sun, results in the best cannabis. I think there's cannabis hemp, I should say. There's three main reasons that I feel this way. First, everything that I wear, like my hemp shirt, anything that comes up from here, my last year's hemp stock, next generation plastics. This, of course, since I'm a goat rancher, is printed from 3D, printed from U.S. grown hemp. And of course, everything I eat, I want to be clean and healthy and the best quality, and regenerative modes are the way to go. Now, hemp and cannabis is a big tent, so if you've been using other modes, if you've been cultivating indoors, if you've been putting down plastic weed matting, whatever it is, we're glad that you're part of the team. Just trying to nudge everyone towards, the second reason I think it's important. Regenerative farming outdoors sequesters carbon and helps, make sure that all of us have great grandchildren who have a habitable planet. And the third reason, Texas, for being outside in a hemp field, being dive bombed by woodpeckers and pollinators, is those times a day out there in the field breathing in the terpenes are the most fun you can have outside the bedroom. I'm the author of a lot of books when I'm not farming, including this one, American Hemp Farmer. You can find me at dougfine.com, and I look forward to watching all of you succeed as cannabis hemp returns to Texas. Thank you, Texas Hemp Awards.